Elucidating Ecology. Ecology is the study of our Earth, its relationship with organisms and their environments, and how those relationships affect the planet over time. In nature, every organism plays a key role in their environment, regardless of their size. Where living things or biotic factors are found around the world is determined by the abiotic factors such as the water availability, soil composition, and temperatures unique to each region. Ecologists study living things based on levels of organization. The individual is the lowest of these levels. Individuals of the same species living in the same region make up a population. Populations that interact amongst one another make up communities. Communities interacting with the abiotic factors in their environments make up ecosystems. Lastly, a group of ecosystems with similar climates and dominant communities make up a biome. Energy is passed throughout ecosystems when one organism consumes another. The flow of energy can be represented by a food chain, which shows only one path of energy flow. A food web is a more complex representation that shows all things that may consume a single organism. In an ecosystem, plants capture the sun's energy and use it to convert inorganic compounds into energy-rich organic compounds. These autotrophs are eaten by primary consumers and function as the basis of all food chains. Types of consumers include herbivores, which eat only plants, omnivores, which eat plants and meat, and carnivores, which eat only meat. Animals eat in order to obtain the energy in the organisms they consume. Energy from top consumers, also called apex carnivores, is obtained by decomposers when they die. The order by which energy is passed from one organism to another is organized by trophic levels, the root troph meaning to eat. Ecologists study many key relationships between organisms. Symbiosis is the term used to describe these long-term relationships. The organisms on the same trophic levels interact often through competition, where both organisms are negatively impacted. Those on consecutive levels interact through predation or parasitism, where one organism benefits and the other is harmed. In commensalism, one organism is benefited and the other is unaffected. In amensalism, one organism is unaffected and the other is harmed. In mutualism, both organisms are benefited. And lastly, in neutralism, neither organism is benefited nor harmed. As organisms interact amongst themselves and their environments and perform bodily functions, they use much of the energy they consume. This use of energy is then released into the atmosphere as infrared. For this reason, only 10% of the energy in a trophic level can be passed on to the next, a principle referred to as the 10% rule. While available energy is a limiting factor of a population, nutrients also play a key role in determining what organisms an ecosystem can support. The main nutrient cycles studied by ecologists are the water, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and carbon cycles. The carbon cycle is especially important as carbon is found in all organic molecules. Carbon is recycled throughout an ecosystem between animals, plants, soils, and the atmosphere. Carbon is taken in by plants during photosynthesis, a process necessary to produce the byproduct oxygen, which we require to live. While carbon is necessary within ecosystems, an increase of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere due to deforestation, industrialization, and the burning of fossil fuels has led to the global climate change known as global warming. Global warming has caused average temperatures worldwide to increase, altering climates, melting ice caps, causing sea levels to rise, and altering ocean and wind currents. Contrastingly, carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and other pollutants make clouds reflect more of the sun's rays back into space. This leads to an effect known as global dimming, whereby less heat and energy reach the Earth. At first, it sounds like an ironic savior to the climate change problems. However, it is believed that global dimming caused the droughts in Ethiopia in the 1970s and 80s where millions died because oceans in the northern hemisphere were not warm enough to allow rain formation. However, in cleaning up global dimming causing pollutants without tackling greenhouse gas emissions, rapid warming has been observed and various human health and ecological disasters have resulted, as witnessed during the European heat wave in 2003, during which thousands of people died. Through ecology, we can study how global phenomena such as global warming and dimming originate, as well as the extent of their impact. Currently expanding processes that threaten the biosphere include pollution, deforestation, commercialized farming, and industrialization. Ecologists work today to determine how human development and expansion impact the organisms and ecosystems around us. In doing so, they can also draw conclusions about our impact on the world and steps we must take toward becoming part of the solution for the problems we create.